we're back. To episode number whatever.
I have no
number
idea what
we're
number
on.
this is. It's like 49?
49? I
don't
thought
know.
we were like at 52 at least.
No.
Am I off?
Maybe 50? I don't know. I can't remember.
You know, whatever. It's another episode. That's
Welcome
good enough.
Back to Be Single, the podcast. Where
The very professional, well-structured podcast that you all know and love.
Yes.
Be Single.
I'm Alexander Tweeten.
I'm Allison Stevenson.
And today we have a very special guest all the way from Australia. It's FlexMami. She's a DJ and a presenter on MTV Australia. And we spoke together at the Sydney Opera House.
We did.
And she is also a podcaster. Her podcast is Bobo and Flex.
Love it.
And I am so excited for you to be here because
Me
it's just
too.
so special.
It's just honestly meant to be.
I know.
You can't make this shit up. You really can't.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think this would one day happen.
And so soon after our first meeting,
I know.
one might say I planned it this way. Could you imagine though if I just unveiled or revealed in like a year's time that like I did this on purpose?
No.
I planned
Under the
it.
guise of going to Coachella.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, it was really to be a guest on Be Single.
Wow. So sneaky.
So Flex is in town for Coachella.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, look, I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
But it broke me. It really ruined me. I'm an empty shell.
Yes.
I've never felt this way before. I've sustained injuries.
I mean, that's just, well, you're officially an Angelino now, is what that
Honestly.
Yeah.
So
means. Shell of a person,
I don't know
broken.
how anybody does this, but I'm leaning into it. I'm finding myself.
Flex and I listen to each other's podcasts, and we were talking earlier. And what did you think that? How does this compare to your idea of what Be Single was like?
So I imagined that you're both in a dark room with minimal lighting. Around a round
Sexual
table.
lighting?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not sexual, just intimate.
Intimate.
Candles, you know, velvet perhaps.
Yeah.
In pajamas, very comfortable, and on swivel chairs, just chilling.
Yeah. Like a podcast recording, like a studio almost.
I don't even know.
Oh, right. Well, that's
You
good.
didn't expect a living room
No,
and
but
two cats.
I like that.
Yeah.
I get put off when I find out that people record in legitimate
like-
production
yeah.
spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's chill.
it's all stuck up.
Yeah, just stop selling out, you losers.
Yeah, right?
No, it's fine. It's just this feels like because you have that illusion that you're just listening in with your friends. You know, you can't be listening in if you're at a studio.
Yeah, no.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you're in a living room.
That is kind of what I wanted it to feel like, is like a sleepover.
Yeah, exactly. No journalism speak on podcasts in 2019.
We should maybe up the like sound effects of like
Yeah.
home sound effects, like a toilet flushing or like a
Do you have kettles in America? You don't have kettles, do you?
Yeah.
like
we
tea
do.
kettles.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, yeah,
Electric ones?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have an electric
Great.
one.
Let's like put on a kettle.
yeah.
Flush a toilet, close a cupboard, something.
Yeah, why not?
Put on a movie in the background.
Yeah, just Netflix is on in the back. Yeah.
Turn on your iPhone notifications. Just like ding, ding, ding. Be sick.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's talk about dating. And
Woohoo! Dating, 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 dating.
Dating.
that's why we all came here today.
That's why we all live and survive. Let's talk about dating.
So you're single.
I'm single.
How long have you been single?
I want to say like officially 7 months, but I always say I clocked out sooner.
Oh, okay.
You know, one of those where you just like, I feel
Yeah.
like we should break up, and then we don't break up, and then you have a conversation about breaking up, and then you don't break up.
Yeah. And
How long did that go on for?
Yeah. How long were you together?
2 years.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like, I feel like 1 year in, I was like, okay, these quirks are going to be the end of me. But I'm like, let me be chill. because I think I can be quite militant sometimes, and I want people to behave like I want them to behave, and sometimes you just can't ask that of people. So, but after that, maybe like a year and a half, I was like, nah, this isn't it. I can't do this. So maybe like 7 to 9 months, that was like, 9 months before we broke up, I was like, this is fucked.
You were checked out.
And then 7 months before we broke up, I was like, this is fucked. And then you kind of just like go through the motions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I had a good reason. He was very depressed and had suicidal tendencies. So I was like, what if I can't be that person that takes you over the edge, you know?
Oh, that's a tricky.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And I've been in relationships like that too. And it's like, you want to help them, but like,
yeah, I can't do that for
you can't change other people.
Yeah. Well, especially if they don't want to put any effort toward fixing themselves. It's like,
and it's all that performative change too. Like, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'm like, that's not really how it works.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, you eventually got out of it.
I got out. And I was quite cutthroat because I was thinking, like, in the process of breaking up, I was like, I could be chill and like not say what I want to say, but it's very off-brand. So it's like a full-on 5-hour conversation. It was relentless.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
I was like, this is just, I need to get it all out because I cannot speak to you after. And it was one of those dumb things where he was like, I still want to be friends. And I was like, you know what? I want to be my friend too. Like, I guess I see what you're going through. We can be friends. And then it was just terrible because I was like, why?
You can't be friends.
Was that his way of trying to like kind of
Weasel
keep
back
the
in.
relationship
He was like,
going?
oh, we still have to watch that series.
Oh,
There's
God.
a few more episodes left. And I was like, oh, okay, chill, come over. Then the hands I was like, what are these hands? Get these hands away from me.
We're not dating now.
We're not dating. And I was like, yeah, there are no benefits of this.
You can't be friends right away.
No.
After you break up, I do think you can be friends like if you give it time,
It
like
needs
months,
time.
a lot of months.
Yeah,
When you
for
don't
sure.
have feelings anymore, then you can.
Yeah.
But you're back on the dating scene and calling people out and
Being a savage bitch.
yes,
So
here for it.
I reckon I went turbo dating like straight after for like 6 months. And I just had the best time.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I think I was just proactively dating, which I don't think a lot of people do. People passively date. Like, you sign up to Tinder and you kind of like swipe right on people and don't start conversations. You don't really want to hang out. You're not really that enthused.
Yeah,
just,
you're
like,
not
going
really
through the
trying to make
motions.
plans.
Yeah, you're performing what it is to date. But I was like proactive. I was reaching out. I was going up to people in bars. I was doing
You're
the
like,
thing.
how does Wednesday at 8 p.m. work
Literally,
for you?
I was like, okay, let's hang out tonight. Like, what are you doing? And then I hit like 6 months of that and I was like, this is actually fucked. Like, too much, I don't know what you want to call it, energy exchange, emotional labor, whatever it was. But I was like, nah. I'm like role-playing girlfriend for too many people. It was insane. And it was this one
Were you
guy
going
who,
on a
like,
lot of repeated dates with the same people?
Yeah, a lot of repeated dates, but also a lot of one-night stands. But you know how, like, everyone assumes that casual anything requires less effort? It really doesn't. It requires a lot more multitasking, a lot more awareness of people, all this shit, you know? So I was like, I don't really care to be that person for a stranger. And that's what I had to be, like somebody's person. But I had no perks. Like, you're not mine. I'm not yours. I don't have access to your time, your space, your energy. Like, there's so many unwritten rules about how we can do the thing. I was like, this is fucked. And then I met this one guy who was like, what do you call it? How do I explain who he was to me? Kind of like just too hard, but almost felt like it was worth it. And I was like, damn, this guy seems great. He had a good mind. He was a teacher, super tall, and like, the 6'5" always get me.
Yeah.
But he was so complicated. And I was like, wow, maybe this is it. Because the rest had been so easy. And I could just like snip these off. And this one was like a bad smell hanging around. Like every time I was like, I'm not going to do this.
You're like, maybe that's love.
Yeah.
A
Maybe
bad smell hanging
Maybe
around.
that smell is
love. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is what I've been looking for this whole time. Wretched, rancid smell. And I was like, and then also I think the frustration was I had a fuck buddy that I'd had for like 5 years on and off. So like I was like getting my frequent roots and stuff and then dating this guy who was too complicated. So I was like sorted, you know, getting your nut, also dating. And then I was like, no, this isn't it. This is a distraction, Lil. Like the truther in me came out. You know what I mean? And I was like, what are you actually doing here? Like, here's this guy you've been sleeping with for 5 years who's clearly in love with you and you hate. Like, I don't think I hate anyone. Like, I actually hate him because he's just a terrible person.
Yeah.
He's in love with you?
Yeah. Like, a good example of the way he'd behave was, so, like, if you can imagine, when we first started sleeping together, I think I was, like, 21, and he was, like, 28. And he was like, now listen, like, don't catch feelings. You're a little bit younger than me. And I was like, okay, calm down, bitch. But anyway, then he flipped the switch. I love when men
automatically assume you're going to fall in love with them.
Literally.
Like,
I couldn't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
You think love is fun?
Like this is
torture.
the last thing on my list with you.
Have you considered that no one wants to date you because you're a terrible person?
Literally.
Have you ever heard yourself talk? Like, I'm a little confused
hot,
here.
But like,
come on,
you're an asshole.
But then it just spiraled. I remember that like a year in of like on and off sleeping together, he was like, hey, you should come to this like lunch thing I have. And I was like, what's this lunch thing? He's like, I don't know. It's like with a few friends, like wear something nice. Anyway, so we go to this lunch thing and it's a fucking wedding.
Lunch thing.
Like, what do you mean?
He tricked you into being his date to a
and
wedding?
Things like that were just not good. And then he had terrible mental health and like a debilitating coke addiction that just got worse and worse. And the sex got worse and worse because coke addict is real.
Yeah.
And just to navigate
really
around
real.
that is not my problem because I don't like you, let alone love you to deal with
Did
that.
he eat you out at least?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But even so, like when you are preparing for good stroke, I want the whole...
You want the whole thing?
A whole thing.
Yeah.
You know? And
I
it's
get
like,
that.
don't come eat me out and be like, can I just stay the night? No, babes. Like, it's not... And I don't think that all casual relationships should
Get
have
it
hard
up and
lines.
you can stay the night.
But I think this one, like, you created that hard line very early on. Like, stick to your guns. Anyway, so I just had this epiphany. I had to drop all my hoes and be like, start fresh.
Yeah.
Lil, like, start fresh. And it was so insane because I'm a fan of being really brazen. Like, I love hard conversations. I love things that require, like, a bit of discomfort.
Yeah.
Because you have breakthroughs. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So with this other guy that I was seeing, he was, like, just so complicated. And the big...
What do you mean by complicated? What was complicated about it?
We're going to get to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of, like, the word. The big, like, what's the word? Deal breaker was the fact that he was Jewish and didn't want to date a non-Jewish girl because it's just too complicated.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, so fair.
Well,
but
that's
you
so
can't...
important to you.
Exactly. So I'm like, and I was like, how Jewish are you?
Yeah.
And he was like, super Jewish.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
friends are all Jewish and conservative. And I was like,
Wow.
how did
Whoa.
you slip through the cracks?
Yeah.
Like, how are we even here?
Yeah.
So my thing was like, don't pursue me if this can't go
Yeah.
anywhere because
Yeah.
you can't, like, you're not progressive enough to do casual things anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you thinking about marriage? Like, when we're just trying to get nuts at the moment and like share cuddles. Anyway, so then I was like, this is so complicated because I don't want to be the person who convinces someone to like go against their morals.
Right.
But also like, you're so great.
Yeah.
So, like, why is that my problem? But then what was so bizarre is after I sent him this huge turbo text, I was like, oh, should I read it out?
Oh,
Yes,
please.
this is fun.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on.
Continue.
What's wrong, Roberta?
She wants food. Roberta is being
Same, babe.
extra right now. She really needs some food. Stat.
I really need In and Out. I really miss it.
You had In-N-Out for the first time?
No, for like the 1,000th time.
Oh, you've had
but
it
it's still
before.
bops. I love it.
Is there anything like In-N-Out in Australia?
God, no.
Really?
There's a lot of like novelty American style burger places that are just terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible. But In-N-Out is so special to me.
Yeah.
But I don't like waiting for it.
Right.
No.
And I don't like eating there, but you can't eat it anywhere else because it gets stale.
I know.
Immediately.
I know. Yeah, it's always way too packed in In-N-Out because it's so fucking good and everybody loves it. It's the great equalizer. Like, it brings
is.
liberals and conservatives together and everyone just agrees that In-N-Out is, like, amazing.
It's political dining.